we were producing an album together in Berlin for Semi Deluxe and Afro, and we ended up on the same album, Dilla and my producer Baby Dukes, who I was managing at the time. And I remember coming to Berlin and going to the studio and witnessing Dilla magic on the MPC.
Yeah. I'm trying to copy as much of that magic as I can.
Oh, no doubt. And then I hear my boy Drez from Black Sheep. He's doing the Dilla project.
I'm on that.
Woo, 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 woo. Oh, whoa, that's what's up.
Yeah, I got it. I'm on a song called about subway trains. I'm not from New York, but I freaked it anyway.
No doubt. I just heard the one he dropped with
Chuck D.
With Chuck.
Yep.
And there was another one. There was a snippet of the second joint that came out. I like that, man. I think he's dope. I love those projects, bro.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out earlier, but pandemic. But yo, I tell you what, Philly, I just wanted to post something. We're about to start, bro. We're live, okay? Boom, boom, boom.
It's Sands on Sports.
Sands on Sports.
I don't know nothing about sports, bro.
Don't worry about it. I got like 3 sports questions in here. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
maybe,
so here we go.
Maybe just NBA players from Croatia.
All right, you already know I got that. So yo, we're gonna do it. 3, 2, 1, boom. What's up, y'all? It's your main man, Jay Sands. Sands on Sports, hip hop and sports entertainment at its finest. That's right, y'all. The big kid is at it again, and today we have a special guest all the way from across the seas, the oceans, and all that. My man from Croatia, Phat Phillie. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Happy 2021, man.
Yes. Oh, 2021. We didn't think we was going to make it. We made it.
We did.
It ain't time to celebrate, though. It's not the time to celebrate. It's time to be about your business and make sure you're surviving and you're healthy. So we're celebrating, but we're still trying to remember that, man, look, we got another year to survive. And it's actually, they say, I can't wait till 2020 is over, man. This might be worse in 2020.
Indeed. The way it started is a little shaky.
So, yo, Philly, man, can you do me a favor and give me like a 20-second bio about yourself?
20-second bio, bro. I'm 45. I was born and raised in Zagreb, Croatia. Been on the radio since 1993. Been a fan of hip hop since 1984 when I first heard UTFO, Roxanne on the radio. And Breaking Movie, rest in peace, Shabba-Doo, aka Ozone from Breaking. Influence. Traveled the world, done many things within this culture called hip hop. Ran a Zulu Nation chapter here in the 90s. Ran a radio show for 25 years. Managed producers. Done shows, including yourself, in different cities throughout the region. Have a huge festival on the coast of Croatia called Fresh Island since 2012. Been working on different historic events and very interested in the history of hip hop. And I'm plenty things ahead.
No doubt. So basically, you're the man to contact in Croatia, Zagreb, the city, though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the rap. I'm the hip hop. Vinny.
Hip hop ambassador. I like that.
I'm the ambassador. I'm your ambassador in Croatia.
They need to give you like a suit coat jacket. You know what I mean? So you could wear. That'd be hot, man. You are definitely though the hip hop ambassador. So yo. I know we're talking 2 different countries, right? But still, you gotta have your favorite sports teams. What are those?
Well, my favorite sports teams, definitely I grew up with a football, soccer team from Zagreb, and that was a big team in the 80s and the 90s, and even to nowadays they produce magnificent players that play all over the world, like Luka Modric and that's Dinamo Zagreb, which is our football. We call it football, European football.
Yeah. They're real good.
Yes, sir. And then, it has to be another team me growing up being a fan is the basketball team from Zagreb called Cibona, where Dražen Petrovic sort of like started after moving from Šibenik to Zagreb. He started his career on a bigger level here in Cibona before going to Real Madrid, and then from Madrid he made a magnificent move to the States, to the NBA, and unfortunately lost his life at a very early age. And then I gotta choose my favorite NBA team, and that's gonna be Michael Jordan's Chicago Bulls, because not only because of the Mike, Super Mike, and Scotty and the rest of the team, is because Tony Kukoc was a part of that.
Yes, he was.
Great team, and I was enjoying the documentary, the Netflix documentary. It was amazing.
The Last Dance.
Yes, sir. And those are my three favorite teams. Two from Croatia and then one from the U.S. I'm so well into the hip hop culture and sports. That's so connected, and I've been always a fan of black culture in general, and I always was feeling it and represented it in my territories.
No doubt. So, okay, we did basketball, we did football, soccer, and are there any other sports over there that are popping, or those are kind of just it, like swimming or cricket, or? No.
Well, yeah, soccer is number one. Especially after Croatia. It's always been the number one, but especially after we ended up number 3 at the World Cup a few years ago. Number 3. I'm sorry, number 2. We lost the finals against France. So that's huge. That's out of the. Everybody plays, even the kids. Everybody go and practice football, European football. We call it soccer. There's a huge handball. Tournament going on right now in Egypt. Croatia just won tonight. It's a World Cup in Egypt. It's happening right now. We have a lot of tennis players that are big in the world.
Yeah.
We also have even Novak Djokovic comes from Serbia, which is a neighboring country. And to let everybody know, Croatia was part of the bigger entity from the 40s to the 90s. It was called Yugoslavia, and that consisted of 6 different republics, including Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro, Slovenia, Macedonia, and Croatia. So there was a lot of players coming from these grounds to the U.S. Vlade Divac, Peja Stojakovic, Dino Raja, even now Luka Doncic is from Slovenia. There's a lot of.
Hey, Philly, check it out. You about to kill my interview because I got NBA questions. You want to kill my interview? Yo, check it out. We're gonna pause for a second because we have our co-host. We want to do a mic check. Tone, can you hear us?
I can hear you good.
Tony Smith, you sound good, brother. We have Tony Smith from the James Yancey DeWitt Foundation in the building. How you feeling, sir? Happy 2021. How about that?
Man, I ain't seen you in a many years.
Yeah, because you live in that Puerto. Hey, look, check it out. I just called you, right? And they asked, you got that security, that White House type phone where you got to leave your name before you pick it up. I said Roberto Clemente because you're in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean?
I was laughing when I saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah, Roberto Clemente. So, So Philly and Tony, I'm glad you guys get to meet, man. We're going to kick it. Tone, can you give me a little 20-second bio about yourself?
My goodness. Well, I'm a Washingtonian, and also pretty much you'll say I'm an Afro-Borican. So for me, being in D.C., I used to be with WPFW 89.3 FM. Also used to be a partner at a record store called Yogi Records in Adams Morgan, DC. One of the head promoters at a club in DC used to be called State of the Union. So I was always involved in the industry in the 80s and 90s of DC. So for me, to be a part of with Jay San, and like when Jay San first came to the DMV, I had to check him because I thought somebody was impersonating him and everything. He'll tell you, he got a rude awakening about how DC folks is. I love him to death to this day.
Look, people still think I live in Pittsburgh, and I'm cool with it. Yes, I live in Pittsburgh. 412. You want to find me? Come to Pittsburgh. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's far as what I knew also. But when somebody talking about Jay Sands, you want to do a video at Howard Theater, hey, homie, who is you talking about? You, Jay Sands. Jay Sands from Pittsburgh. Yeah. He gonna check in with the real G's.
yeah. I had to check in. I had to check in, man. So, yo, Phillie, man. Hey, Tom, first of all, man, again, thanks for taking the time to kick with me and Phillie, man. But I'm going to go back to Phillie real quick, Phillie.
Word.
I'm going to ask you, what sports did you play coming up?
I was always playing basketball. Always.
You're tall. You're tall.
Yeah. I'm 6'2", 6'3", not that tall, but you know. Yeah. I was in the elementary school. I played a little bit of soccer, football, you know, and then I was running. I was doing athletics, you know. I was running. I just was digging through my archive and found some diplomas from just being a baby, you know. And I was doing some running, 100-meter running, you know. And then basketball was always something that we played in the neighborhood. You know, we always had. It was popular to play 3 against 3.
Yeah.
And we still kick it some. You know, sometimes we still form these teams and then we play for fun. But yeah, that was something that I enjoyed, and he went well with hip hop. So
yeah,
we've done everything that was hip hop. Every now and then, I haven't played it in a second, but every now and then we, you know, I have my boys and we go out on the court and we just, you know, play hoop.
Got you. Well, let me ask you this, man, because usually when you have a DJ on the show, the question you ask, who's your top 5 DJs of all time? I got to know your top. Well, no, I'm going to ask you your top 5, but your top 5 starting 5 DJs outside of the U.S. So can't be no American DJs. DJs outside the U.S.
All right. The first guy has to be a dude that gave me a chance back in 1992. He invited me to come to his radio show and you know interview me on the show, and he was kind of helping me get my own show. That's like he's a cool Herc of Croatia. His name is Slavin Balan. So that's number 1. You know, he's still active, still on the radio.
Still getting it down. Okay. Awesome.
We're still friends. Another dude is also from Croatia, and he was my partner on the Blackout Rap Show, which started in November of '93, and we've done a show together for 20 plus years. And he was definitely the number 1 rap radio show throughout the '90s and the 2000s in Croatia. And his name is DJ DJ FRX.
Yeah.
In London, I'll go with DJ 279 from
Choice
FM. Yes. Met him in '96.
Yeah.
He showed me a lot of love, and he was my mentor for a lot of years in terms of radio, in terms of DJing. That's my guy. A huge influence on me was Tim Westwood, obviously from UK, from London. You know, I was listening to his show in the '80s, a Capital FM radio show, and then he made that big move to Radio 1 BBC, and then I was really, really digging the show, and I was getting a lot of information because I was able to pick up BBC even in Croatia in the '90s. So that's 4, and number 5.
Gotta be yourself. It has to be Phat Phillie. Stop playing.
Well, excluding me. Maybe DJ Cut Killer from Paris, France.
Okay, got you. Yeah, see, look, I learned something today because, again, you hear top 5 DJs in America every day on Twitter. Who's top 5 DJ, top 5? I want to hear about something else, and I thank you very much for sharing that with me, man. Tony, you still with me?
I'm still with you.
You just came back from the dispensary, so you extra cool right now. Extra cool right now.
Hey, only because I'm licensed in the industry right here in Puerto Rico, I can have a career of my own.
Oh yes, I seen the ad, the trailer you had. I was about to go down, huh?
Oh Bruh, hey.
Okay. I'm just asking, man. Well, hey, y'all hear that sound? That means the first quarter is over, and we're going into the second quarter. So we're going to keep it pushing. And Phat Phillie, I want to ask you, who is the first DJ you ever saw, whether TV, in person, or whatever? The very first DJ.
I think it was Grandmaster Flash.
Okay.
On TV.
Yeah, me too.
And it was I think The Message.
Okay,
or
yeah.
Birthday Party. One
Okay.
of them joints. You know, let me tell you a little quick intermezzo regarding Sugar Hill Records and Yugoslavia and Croatia.
Okay.
A third partner in Sugar Hill. We all know Joe and Sylvia Robinson, right?
Yeah.
They were the founders, but there was a third partner in Sugar Hill. His name was Milton Malden, and he was originally from Yugoslavia. He was a diplomat in New York, working for the Yugoslavian embassy, and then he left the diplomacy in '72 and then started doing his own business. But then by '77, '78, he was appointed to become a third partner of Sugar Hill Records, and through him, labels in Yugoslavia such as Discos and Yugoton were able to license the early Sugar Hill Records here, and we had a chance to purchase vinyl here, Yugoslavian vinyl on Sugar Hill Gang, on Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Yeah.
So that was how we got into the hip hop scene that early.
Wow, just like us. So you guys had the inside track like a mug out there.
Yeah, and that was the first official huge rap label, and I'm very proud that one of our people from our neck of the wood was instrumental in creating such a magnificent label, an important label.
Yeah, very important label. That the foundation. And then you started your radio show, like you said, in '93.
1993, yes.
Yeah. So how has that been? First of all, having anything past 5 years is a success. So you have a successful radio show. How does it feel when you look back at it and think about it?
It's amazing, man. 2023 is gonna be 30th anniversary. I'm already started prepping the 30th anniversary, thinking about opening up a hip hop museum in Zagreb.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, with all the memorabilia that I've been collecting since '84. But radio was something that I was always in love with, man. I mean, the first rap radio show started here in '84. It was called Electro Funk Premiere, and it was by Slavian Balan, the DJ that I mentioned previously. He started his radio show in '84. I heard Roxanne UTFO on the radio, and that was it for me.
Yeah.
He changed his name to he changed the radio name to Rap Attack by '87.
Okay.
And I was such a loyal listener that I was listening and taping every week until '91 came, and my mom sent me to Long Island, the States, to perfect my English. She thought that I was gonna need my English in my life, and she was very right about that. And then in '91, I spent a summer in Long Island, Ronkonkoma, Fort Jefferson, perfecting my English and going to New York, seeing New York for the first time, rock and soul records, buying things here and there. I was already a huge hip hop fan. And then by '92, I came back, I wrote a letter to the radio station, and this is how I got on the radio. And it's been amazing, man. And, I had a chance to go to, conferences as a press person. I went to Midem in France. I went to Gavin in San Francisco. I was there.
I was there.
That was the last Gavin 2000. That was my first, but it was the last Gavin. Amazing times. I had a chance to interview all my heroes. I had people like Ice-T on the show live. I had people like Nile Rodgers on the show. I had people like OC on the show, Big L on the show. My first, for the fourth anniversary of Blackout Rap Show in '97, I'm booking my first American act to celebrate the radio show anniversary at this local club, and we book OC from DRTC, and he brings Big L as a special surprise, as a sidekick. And we spent 5 days in Zagreb because they had the off days. So I was more than happy to accommodate them for a couple of more days. and then we film different interviews with Big L, and I have probably the most footage from Big L on video from just him being here for like 4 days. And so it was an amazing journey. You know, I was, you know, we were kicking about, you know, different artists. You know, Das Effects came, and then we had a chance to bring them on the radio. We took them to the studio, started recording tracks with them. You know, and Royce the 5'9" from Detroit. You know, Alcoholic.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. You know, we've done it all. You know,
everybody. Like I said, if you got down to doing me, you got
Tony Touch and Jay Sands, Lone Catalyst.
Yeah, me and Toka, we was over there having a ball. Shout out to Tony Touch. You know what I mean? Definitely always shout out to Tony Touch, man. So, okay, I'm glad we brought up Tony Touch because we were out there with Tony Touch and also my man Latin Prince. Now, have you talked to Latin Prince in a minute?
Yesterday. I called him yesterday.
Okay, no doubt. So
we're brothers-in-law.
Down by law. So tell me about the Bum Squad DJs, please.
Okay, so that was something that was put together by LP, maybe, you know, beginnings of 2000s. It was a dope international crew of DJs with amazing retreat every year in different town, and it was just me being a part of the International DJ Coalition, which LP was running for many years, but then he kind of like let the second generation of DJs take control of it, and he's still in the background, and they changed the name from Bum Squad DJs to Mix Syndicate.
Okay.
And it's run by a few of our friends from Bum Squad DJs, and I'm still involved somehow, some way, not as much as I used to be, but I still support the program, and we still have like an exchange email that we and then we share ideas, and then I'm sort of like a information guy from Europe. I give them, it's all about the information, so I'm trying to give them as much as they need.
Yeah, because LP, he was over in Croatia. Did he get citizenship over there?
He married a girl from here. Yeah, he married my wife's sister. So we became family.
Yeah, I met all of them. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I met all of them. So the last time I saw you, we both snuck into the Juice Crew All-Star show in Philly that Charlie Mack first started the limo through. So look, I hit Master Ace up. Master Ace, man, you got any tickets? Like, Sands, just come early, man. You gotta come early. It's sold out. You gotta come early. So I got there like about 6 o'clock.
Even earlier, bro. We were there earlier, bro.
I was there. Hey, and I gave you because I had to go to New York too. So I gave you that thing. Remember, I gave you that thing.
and I smoked it.
Yes, sir. As you should. Yeah.
Hey, Sands, it's always a good time taking a trip with you, bro.
That show, man. That was. I mean, that's probably the last dope show I've been to, honestly. The Juice Crew. I haven't. The Juice Crew. Oh my God, man. What do you remember about that show, man? Cause I left early.
Oh, okay. So we came there with Ace was my Ace got me. He said the same thing, man. Come early and we'll take care of it. We came for the sound check. I seen you just before the sound check. Before Cool V was setting up. Scat Digger was setting up. They was about to go on stage and do the sound. I think Marley wasn't there yet. It was amazing, man. It was my first time in Philly, and my name is Phat Phillie, so I had to come and rap Philly. And then after the sound check, Ace, his lady Lachey, homie of mine, Leo, and also DJ JF and his family, we all went for a dinner, and then we came back for the show to see. I think MC Light was opening. She was opening. She was a support, not opening, but a support. she's OG. She can't be opening. She's just support.
Yeah.
And it was just amazing to see all them brothers on one stage, man. Amazing.
Bro, I saw so
symphony.
many people. I saw so many people that night, man. I'm so mad I had to leave, but you know, it was a business trip, so I had to bounce out of there, man. Well, yo, Tony, you rolling something? Let's see you rolling something. I'm doing it, I'll see you. Well, yo, that means it's the end of the second quarter, and we're going into halftime. Now, Philly, like I said, I know you're overseas, but maybe me and Tone might talk about this more, but it's NFL playoffs going on right now. I call them the pandemic playoffs because the Steelers got beat, so I got to make something up to make it good for myself that it don't really count. But nah, the playoffs are going down to NFL, and what we got? We got Brady versus Aaron Rodgers, and we got Mahomes versus Josh Allen. The Bills and the Chiefs. And yeah, so I want to ask both of you guys, who's going to the Super Bowl? Is Tom Brady going to do it again? Again? We got more Brady?
Tony, go ahead, bro. 'Cause I don't know nothing about NFL.
If Brady goes out like that, man, that's just going to be one of those classic moments that
Brady.
It'll just remind you again of Washington, D.C. all over.
Yeah, the Redskins beat the Steelers this year too. I was mad about that, but honestly, man, I like success. I like people achieving things that have never been done before. So I don't hate on Brady. It's just the fact that Brady beats up on the Steelers all the time, and I don't like that part. But I like seeing excellence. I like whether it's a rapper spitting the perfect bar or a quarterback throwing a perfect TD. I like to see perfection and people excel at what they do. So we're going to go with Jay Sands' picks for the Super Bowl. I got Pat Mahomes because, Pat Mahomes got a concussion at last game, Sunday. So they don't even know if he's going to play, but forget that. He's playing. So I got Pat Mahomes going to the Super Bowl. And I got them. It's going to be Pat Mahomes versus Brady. And Pat Mahomes going to win it all. Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow,
man, Von Booker.
Chiefs.
I go for Chiefs, back-to-back Chiefs, you know what I mean? Because I like young boy. I like Pat Mahomes, man. Pat Mahomes is the truth. But, y'all hear the sound. That means halftime's over, and we going into the third quarter because guess what? I own Sansi Automotive, and I got a call, and I got to hurry up. I got to miss my ETA. Oh, my God. Come on. So, we're going to keep it pushing into the third quarter, and we're going to talk about Croatia. Now, where the hell is Croatia, Philly?
It's
they don't know where it's at in Pittsburgh.
Southeast Europe, man. It's between we got Hungary on our north, we got Slovenia and Austria on our west, we got Italy on our from the south, and then we got Bosnia and Serbia on the east. So it was a part of Yugoslavia, like I mentioned before.
Yeah.
It's southeast of Europe. It's like a heart of Europe, and that's where it's only 4.5 million people. Relatively small country. Beautiful, scenery.
Oh, the beach is crazy. The beach is awesome.
Beautiful.
Adriatic Sea. With great food, great Adriatic, the seafood is amazing, a lot of olive oil, a lot of wine, so different influences, we got the Hungarian from the north, and then we got even the Turkish influences and stuff when it comes to food and language, but it's a Slavic country, it's a Catholic country. And
a lot of war over that way. Like war will start in a second. Be tanks everywhere. What's going on with that, yo?
Well, it's like I said, it's everybody wanted a piece of land over here. We've been having wars.
Yeah.
The First World War was huge here, and it actually started in Sarajevo in Bosnia. When a dude shot the main guy from Vienna, Franz Josef, and then the Second World War was huge here. because it's just the heart of Europe, and everybody wanted to get a chunk of the land.
Yeah.
And then we had nobody. You know, we fought the Germans, we fought the Italians throughout the centuries, and then when we fought the Turks throughout the centuries, and then we didn't have nobody to fight. We started fighting amongst ourselves, and that was a huge civil war that happened here in the 90s, which was from 91 to 96.
Yeah.
A lot of people died, and you know. I was living in the capital, which was pretty much away from the BS, and then we were so involved with the radio show and the hip hop and the studio, so you kind of like, you know, took our minds off the problems that were going on in the country. But since then, it's been fine. You know, it's been 20-something years since then. The country's been rebuilt. It's very much tourist land where people come to hang out during the summer and the winter. And you know, but I'm back and forth. I'm New York and Croatia at the same time.
But what about like how far are you from Serbia? Because that's where I hear the Serbs. That's what I hear.
I'm only 3.5 hours, man. 3.5 hour drive. You know, it's a bordering country, man, and I go there at least 3-4 times a year. My grandma is from Serbia, so I have I'm a mixed blood. You know, my mom's is Serbian, my father's Croatian, so I, you know, I'm a mixed cat, and you know, my feelings were not where everybody's feelings were. Like I was feeling both sides.
Yeah.
In the war, and you know, but I'm hip hop 100%, man, and that's what I've been representing, and that's what I represent. When they ask me what are you, I'm hip hop.
I can think. Well, let's take it back to the hip hop and the Fresh Island Fest. Now, the only reason I got Tony on here and me on here because we're trying to figure out how we're gonna get Drez, the Dilla Foundation, Ma Dukes, and Jay Sands, and whoever else booked on the Fresh Island Fest for the Dilla show. So anyway,
you know, we got family out there too. We got family out there in Croatia. Vlada, what's Vlada's last name?
Vlada
was it Stognovic?
Stojanovic, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of our guys.
I know Vlada, and I know Valid. Valid is my guy. You know, Valid.
Yeah, that's fair. See, we already there with y'all.
Well, no, we gotta get on a plane and get there.
We need to get our own plane, private plane.
Well, that's you, Mr. Puerto Rico. You know, you see the pastel colors in the back. You know what I mean? You're living the good life down in PR, brother. Yeah.
Man, I live third world. We a bankrupt country. Don't forget that. Every day is beach life because we surrounded by water. So, you know, we tell people, don't get it twisted. Kids fun life forever.
So, yo, what made you want to get involved with the Fresh Island Fest and start that up?
Because you know what, like I said, we started putting shows together in 97, you know, with DJs from London. I moved to London in 96, so when I got back from London, I started bringing in 279 and MK and Copmaster Swift and Shorty Bliss and a couple more DJs, and then I started doing, you know, American artists in the club where you guys performed, and you know, and then 50, I had a chance to do a 50 Cent concert in Zagreb, and
whoa, I remember that.
Yeah, and then by 2012 hit, you know, my boys were like, yo, we gotta start something on the coast. Let's do something, you know, let's do something big. Let's rap for rap, for hip hop, for R&B, and then we started Fresh Island on this beautiful island in Croatia, and then it's been running ever since. We're gonna do our 10th anniversary this August, and we had everybody performing from Chris Brown to Migos to Action Bronson to Red and Meth to French Montana, Sean Paul, Ray Shremmerd, even Lil Pump.
Wow.
and you know, we started with Nas and Eve, and then KRS, and you know, Iggy Azalea. So we had all the major players. Team Westwood plays here every year. It's a commercial festival. You know, like I come from the underground, and I do have an underground rap blog, blackouthiphop.com, and my radio show was underground, and I'm an underground DJ. But I dabble in both worlds, man. I do bookings for the festival. I'm one of the 5 partners, and it's been going well.
it's kind of like, to me, like the Roots Festival in Philly, where, you know, you're thinking this is going to be the Roots and Dice Raw and all. No, the Roots Festival going to have Chris Brown and all the top, you know what I mean? You know, Tony, you actually go to the Roots. You go to the Roots picnic.
Exactly. It's an incredible experience. I never forget the first time that we went. I've always heard about it because, you know, before my wife and I got together, I was always going to Philly and wanted to go experience it. But every time you go up there, it's more or less you have more fun outside at Philly events than actually being inside the event. So I was always being outside, enjoying the joints, hearing the music inside, but outside of the gates and everything. And yo, it's a party, period. Like the city comes out and other cities come to visit and show respect towards the entertainment and music. That's what I loved about going to the Roots picnic. Yet, you know, it be so crowded, you have to be in the VIP section just to get a breather because there's so many people out there, man.
Yeah.
But you know, oof.
Yeah. I've never been, but you know, maybe one day I'll get a call. You know, because you drive from. Well, you used to drive from DC through Baltimore. You could pick me up and go to Philly, but I guess now you're going to take the Dilla plane from Puerto Rico to Philly and the Dilla jet. So I probably would get past
the Dilla jet. Wow.
Yo,
jet. We're going to Croatia.
Oh yeah,
Serbia.
We definitely taking the Dilla jet to Croatia. But yo, Philly, I want to ask you because one thing you guys do have, you guys are known for the best country when it comes to hoopers, NBA players. Croatia's known for that. Who are some of your favorite Croatian? I got some, I can tell you, but who are some of your favorite Croatian ball players of all time? Like Kukoc, Petrovic, all that, you know what I mean?
Dražen Petrovic is by far number one for everybody, man. You know, I was at his funeral when he passed away. You know,
rest in power.
It was 92, 93. He was just that player, man. He was probably one of the best players in the world, and we were so sorry that we couldn't see him, you know, come to full fruition.
Yeah, not at all.
Another one, a friend of mine who was playing the Jersey Nets, Zoran Planinic. He was great. Z. I had a chance to stay with him in New York when he signed that deal with the Nets. I stayed for like 4 or 5 months at his pad, and we was helping him, you know, accustomed to everything over there. Vlade Divac, obviously, even though he's technically not from Croatia, but he's from Serbia, but he was also a huge player. A lot of boys, man. Even to nowadays, you know, I had at least 2 or 3 friends that play NBA. You know, Mario Casun, he played Orlando Magic at some point. You know, I met.
What about Sporting Giricek?
Oh, Giricek?
Yeah, he's nice.
He's nice. I know. We partied together. We partied together in New York a couple of times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, it's a small country, and you know what? When they come back from the States or wherever they played in Europe, you know, I had this #1 Friday night, so all of them boys would come to the spot, and this is how I met most of them players.
Got you.
So when I would come to the States, and they heard that I was in the States, they would always invite me to come to the games, and then the boys took me to Miami one year, Z and Darko Milicevic and Nakfar. All them boys took me to, you know, it was All-Star Weekend was happening in LA, and whoever didn't go to LA, they all went to Miami, and then I went to Miami with the boys, and I partied with them. Good times, man. Good times. I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed.
Yes, you are, man. And with them blessings, we're going to exit the third quarter, and we're going to head to the fourth quarter. That means we almost out of here, yo. So, Philly, man, we're going to switch it. We're going to go a little politics. We're going to do a little politics. You see how, because I remember from just touring, I would always get from